What's up, you guys? Minnesota high school hockey fans. All right, this video is going to be my Class A semifinal predictions. Little recap of yesterday. I didn't see any of the games live aside from like the last 5 minutes of the Mahtomedi comeback game against Delano. So, yeah, without further ado, it sounds like the first three games are blowouts, just like I had imagined. I mean, you had pretty big mismatches. St. Cloud Cathedral stomped Mankato East 11-2. Hermantown whipped Monticello 7-1, I believe, and then what was it, 9-3. Warroad, thumped all over Hutchinson. So no surprise there. The one game that I thought would be very competitive of the day, and it was, Delano Mahtomedi. I mean, I really thought the game would end something like 4-3 or 2-1, but despite the final score being 5-2 Mahtomedi, that game was a hell of a lot closer than the score, the final score indicates. I mean, it was literally 2-0 Delano after the first period, 2-1 Delano after the second period, then third period, Mahtomedi just stormed back. I mean, you're talking rose from the dead, rose from the ashes, came back from ground zero, and absolutely buried Delano. And they do what they do. I mean, I've been watching this team all season. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You're not going to find a team more resilient, more tenacious, just more determined. I mean, that team, that Mahtomedi team, they might not be the best team in the tournament, but they probably have more heart, more courage, more grit, and, than anybody in this tournament. So if there's one team in this tournament that's never going to stop fighting, that's never going to give up, that's never going to stop grinding, it's Mahtomedi. And once again, they proved me right. They proved me right. They were down after two periods. They were down but not out. They came back, and they absolutely put a hurting on Delano. So, yeah. On to tomorrow's semifinals. So the first game, you have St. Cloud Cathedral and Hermantown. I mean, are you shitting me? That's what dreams are made of, you guys. That matchup is what dreams are made of. Minnesota high school hockey fans, if you can only see one game this entire tournament, it's that game. I mean, that matchup is worthy of championship caliber. I mean, you have, what do you have? Number 2 versus number 3. Both these teams have played once before, and they tied. My pick, I'm going to have to go with Hermantown, just because Hermantown about a month ago beat up Mahtomedi 9-2, whereas I saw Mahtomedi take St. Cloud Cathedral into overtime and give them everything they could handle, and then some, before ultimately falling to St. Cloud Cathedral in overtime 5-4. So I'm just kind of weighing things out. I mean, St. Cloud Cathedral just barely got by Mahtomedi, whereas Hermantown put an absolute savage beating on Mahtomedi about a month ago. So I'm going with Hermantown. Even though they're the number 3 seed, I'm going to take number 3 over number 2 in that matchup. I'm going with Hermantown to beat St. Cloud Cathedral. And then in the second semifinal game, I'm going to have to go with Warroad over Mahtomedi. I mean, I'm a Mahtomedi boy, Stillwater boy at heart. So obviously, I want Mahtomedi to win. Do they have the ability to win? Absolutely. But I just think Warroad's going to be a little too much for Mahtomedi. I in my head, when I envision this game, I'm thinking the final score is going to be something like 5-3 Warroad or 4-2 Warroad. Like, it's not going to be a blowout by any means. It's not going to be a blowout. Mahtomedi, like I said, man, they're gritty. They grind. They're hungry, and they're never going to stop coming. They're always going to be up your ass. Trying to make things happen. So this is not going to be an easy game for Warroad, but I do predict that Warroad will win that game. So I have Hermantown winning the first game and then Warroad winning the second game. Let me know what you guys think.